because the Connecticut Sun are so fucking terrible, I put the same exact notes. I think they need a franchise player. I think they need a leader, and I think they need experience, right? Like I think it's the same thing because they don't have anybody on their roster. Like if you take a look at the Mystics is in a bad position, but they still have good pieces. Brittany Sykes is a good piece, right? Shakira Austin is a piece where she should be a good piece. She grown. We're gonna see what she turned into. Aaliyah Edwards is a young piece. I don't feel like Connecticut has anything, right? When you take a look at this roster, you have a bunch of players. Like for instance, Diamond the Shields. Diamond the Shields is still trying to prove she could still play after her injury, right? Her knee, the latest one was her knee injury 2 years ago, whatever the case may be. She's still trying to prove she could get back to form. You got Tina Charles there, who's probably gonna be their best player, but she's retiring soon, right? We don't know how much longer she's gonna play. You got Marina Mabry there. Marina Mabry is an inconsistent player where one day she comes out and she lights out, next day she's struggling, right? So it's like the roster don't really have anything on it. Like they have to find something to start with, right? So that's why I put the same notes. They need a franchise player. They need a leader, which is the most important thing when you build a franchise. The Valkyrie, even a team like the Mystics and Connecticut, if you build a team and you don't have much there when you starting from scratch, a leader is the first thing and the best thing you can get. Case in point, I don't know how much y'all familiar with the NBA, but Udonis Haslem. Udonis Haslem is somebody who isn't expensive, right? That the Heat was able to get as a rookie. Obviously, he spent his whole career in Miami. He's from Miami, but he's a leader. So he helps that franchise when you bring in players, understand Heat culture. Another player who's not as popular, y'all might not remember this, only real basketball heads or Seattle fans is going to remember this name, Nick Collison. Nick Collison was, when Durant was a rookie, he came to Seattle. Nick Collison was the player that was on that team who was like the vet, the leader on that team. So you need leaders on a team, like somebody like a that may not be a name that pops out at you, but what's her name? Sydney Colson, right? It's what Sydney Colson is going to do for the Fever now. She's not a big name as far as what she's going to do on the court. Of course, she can still play, but she's a leader, and she helps young players and help other players understand culture. That's what Connecticut has to find. That's what the Valkyrie have to find. That's something you can find before you find your franchise player, right? You're one of your best players. If you can find that leader, that can help you get on the right track.